guys, Monday here is here, and today's video, you guys see by the title, this is where the part I was like, you know what, this is perfect idea of the video. Nobody's home, it's just me. It sounds like it's empty, but it's really not. It's just, I don't know, it just is. But make sure to like this video, subscribe, and comment down below if you want a shout out. And this is the title of this video. Shout out to this person right here, and we're gonna be talking about, I think hopefully I could talk about the majority of, yeah, I don't like this area. I'm gonna have to switch, but I'm gonna have to switch to a different area because I don't know if I want it here or if I want it, hold up, if I want it here or if I want to go out here, or if I want to go back into my room. I think it's better for you to go back to my room. So let's do it right now. Okay, guys, but on a serious note, we're gonna go ahead and talk about what are my goals after high school. Right now, at the moment, I am basically practicing on my driving. There's this app I'm using. It's called a DMV test. It's like right here, and right now I'm at 99%, so I'm pretty much almost done. Just need one more percent, but it's really good. It's basically me practicing, and that was bad. I don't know why. I can't find my vlogging stick, so I'm just gonna have to hold it, I guess, in the meanwhile. But it's a good app. And I've been using it for a couple weeks now, and once I'm done, I'm just gonna go straight to the DMV and see what happens there. But yeah, so that's pretty much it right there. So now we are officially reacting to a video, and
my haircut.
I appreciate it. So now we're gonna go ahead and get straight to it. So let's go ahead and let's go to Safari. Just for the quick moments, go to the library. And for the video.
Remember, I mentioned my mentally unstable, vindictive theater teacher in a previous video, and I may or may not devote an entire video to her later on. But she was nothing compared to who this video is actually about. So for this story, I think we'll call him E, although I guess I could use his real name, considering he's, you know, dead.
I gotta go. Tom, where you going? I got to go!
He might come back to haunt me. We'll stick with E. E was my communications teacher in college. His class was required for my business minor, so there was no getting out of it. So I arrived first day to this class, and immediately, like, I set one foot in the door, and something about this guy just doesn't sit right with me. Just his general demeanor and mannerisms and the way he talked, it set off so many red flags. Weird fact about me, for years now, I've had deadly accurate intuition when it comes to bad people. For my entire life, I've never been wrong. If a serial killer in disguise walks into the room, I'm shamelessly baring my teeth and hissing like an irate cat. And E was just setting off all of the alarms in my head. He gave us a syllabus the first day, but I might as well have just torn it up right then and there because he never followed it. And listening to him try to explain an assignment was like listening to Tom Cruise talk about Scientology. And when everyone showed up to class with their assignment completed, he would be furious that no one did it right, very often contradicting his own previous instructions. The smallest things would upset this guy. I was once handed back a test that had a nasty note written in the corner because he didn't like the pencil I'd used. And yet half the time, he would teach the class dressed as a pauper and drop cuss words and lewd topics into the lecture like it was nothing. A lot of TMI personal stuff too, like, seriously dude, keep your love life to yourself. And part of the problem with him being a bad communicator, despite being a communications teacher, he refused to stay after class to help anyone or answer any questions or clarify his nonsense, and then later would throw a fit about nobody asking for his help. His ego needed to be fed so badly that he would fish for compliments by constantly asking for feedback. Let me know what I'm doing right or wrong. Special emphasis on what I'm doing right. Because God help the poor soul who offered him polite constructive criticism. I got so sick of this guy that I went to the head of the department and complained. Turns out, so did most of the class. And when the head of the department approached him about it, he took it out on us the next class, saying we should have come to him with our grievances. So, my big incident with this guy came on the last day of school. One of these policies was, if you got a low grade on an assignment, you could correct it and turn it back in for a better grade. On the last day, he was handing back some of these assignments. He gave me back a paper I had corrected that was originally a B+, but when he handed it to me, he said the grade had gone down to a C. Did you get that? The corrected assignment went down a grade. Yeah, I was kind of pissed. To the point that I asked this jerkwad to meet me in the hallway so we could discuss it. I explained to him what I would think would be basic human logic for any functioning adult. That a paper that was more correct than the previous version should have a higher grade. Well, E started throwing out every excuse in the book, and I just kept debunking
What do you think about that so far? Like, I honestly would have complained because it's still a C. It's a better grade, but she was right at that one point that it went down a grade. So how do you feel about that?
I mean, knowing how the teacher was, I mean, if a C passes me, then I guess. But then having a C in college isn't that good if you're trying to, you know, go far in the major that you're studying in. But this dude seems really off. But yeah, I would use that as an excuse to talk about how he was acting weird the whole school year.
For me, honestly, I would have complained because C is a good grade, but my brother is right. You know, like at college, I guess it's more important. I'm not in college yet, but I wouldn't understand it. But I wouldn't, murder my teacher, like it says right there, the title. But let's go ahead and continue to see what's gonna happen. So yeah.
like 15 minutes of talking and running around the issue, I had him backed into a corner. He started getting physically angry, making threatening gestures at me. I think the only reason he didn't touch me was because my friend Mary was sitting at a table in that hallway, watching and listening to everything. And then it all just kind of caved. He said, "Rebecca, I think I'm just gonna quit teaching." He basically had an emotional breakdown in front of me, almost started crying. It was very strange and embarrassing. Several times I told him to calm down and take a breath. Admitting his defeat, he agreed to fix my grade, but then left class early right after that, his tail between his legs. Same day, I went back to the department head and told him what happened. Not like it did anything, because E taught for another 2 years at that school before leaving. So now, I bet a lot of you are wondering, well, what happened to E? And as you might have read by the title of this video, something not very nice. Something very unfortunate, actually. About 2 years after I graduated, someone sent me a link on Facebook to a news article, and it was pretty shocking what I read. E had been teaching communications at a different university when he murdered someone in one state, fled to another state, and shot himself during a police standoff.
Damn.
Kind of hard for me to add anything more to that. I mean, a man that my gut told me was...
I misread it. I thought it was that she murdered the teacher, but I literally misread it. But wow, that took a big turn right there. All right, let's continue.
Ended up being dangerous. Though I will say it is a rather chilling notion that I was standing in a hallway poking a would-be murderer with a stick over a paper. And I do sometimes wonder how differently that situation would have turned out if I didn't have a witness.
Now it's time for the review on the video and how do we feel about it. Alright, so you go first. How do you feel about this?
I mean,
Do you think I could make a bigger? Oh, perfect. Alright.
I don't really know how to feel about it because it was a 5-minute video.
That's it. It's a 5
No,
minute.
not that. And then it's just like the way she explained on how he killed somebody was just like super short. But I guess you can't really make a whole story off an article.
Yeah, that's not a bad animation. Like I said, during that half of the video, I misread it, and I was like, yeah, where is the part where she murders her teacher? And then when she said that her teacher, killed somebody else in a different university, I was like, oh, I misread it. But, like I said, I would have complained for a grade, and she got lucky there, because otherwise she probably would have been the victim, basically.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys in the next video, and peace.